And we're back.
Cop.
There we're back.
I'm sure I understand.
Are you saying convenient cock?
Oh,
Our cock.
her watch doesn't understand.
I'm enunciating, and I don't have food in my mouth, so
You
y'all should be
did.
able to
How
hear
dare
me.
you?
Convenient
Like a walrus.
cop. C-O-P.
COP.
I was trying to transfer video from my dash cam, which is why I was AFK for a minute. What?
Oh.
Got it.
So yes, there was a
Now we know.
clearly marked police officer on the highway, and this car was just like, zoom, and just sped right past me, and then whoop, convenient cop.
Yeah, how nice.
Anyway, hi.
I think our cops gave up during the pandemic. I don't think they pull anybody over anymore, which is fine. But they get places faster.
Yeah, exactly.
I just,
Well, it was
I
one of
just
those
pulled it
sports
up, the
car
convenient
cops.
Cop.
Well, I haven't posted yet. I was pulling video off my dash cam, but
Yeah.
it was one of those sports car ones because they very rarely pull one over for speeding here in Houston. So it was a sports car cop, and so I think he just wanted to go vroom super fast to catch up to dude.
As they do.
So
Sports car
convenient
cop.
cop on Reddit is
Convenient cop.
where the cops are in the right place at the right time. Is that what we're saying here?
Oh.
Yeah.
That is what that is. Yes, and your dash
God.
cam is capturing. Usually, see you know how you see all those jackasses on the road, and you're like, God, I wish there was a police officer nearby.
Yes.
That's what the convenient. It's a justice boner subreddit, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That
Right?
probably
My favorite
also
boner.
Yeah.
The boner of justice.
Yeah, the boner
Boner
of
of
justice.
justice.
How did you
wield
know
the
my
boner of
nickname?
justice.
How do you know my nickname for my,
The superhero title.
for my
I'm on
boner?
your
Cross with the
OnlyFans.
boys.
Justice boner.
Yeah, justice boner.
Hands on hips. Just
Yep.
boner of justice.
Never fear, the boner of justice is here.
Criminals beware.
Fuck you, crime.
And
Prepare to be.
finished eating my delicious pho, and now I'm eating my side of white
handled.
rice.
Nice.
Compared to be, prepare to be bound and handled.
Are we still talking about justice boner?
Oh, how can we not
Probably.
talk about justice cock?
Yeah.
Cock of justice.
It's a new comic book that we're all working on.
Yeah,
Man.
So I don't really need to even be here today, is what you're saying. Just
You're giving
like-
us already a show's worth of material. What are you talking
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, you
absolutely
need to be
need
here.
But if you
If
need,
it wasn't for
you
you, we
know,
would be
if you're
talking
trying
about
to get out-
boners.
yeah, why would you not be here while we're talking about boners?
talk
Like
about your
yeah.
boners
planet.
and
How
the
did the
various
doctor-
differing types of boners.
How'd the doctor thing go? Did they get the other nail out?
So no,
No,
it was
that was
just it was the lung doctor. So they just
Okay.
wanted to test my breathing because
For nails.
they just wanted to ensure that I still have lungs, which indeed I do.
Mhm.
Nail free lungs.
So yeah, I did the PFT, which is some kind of pulmonary
Congrats.
test. I breathed into a tube. I breathed. I
Wow.
breathed very well.
Was that your first time blowing into a tube?
Yeah.
I don't get it. Somebody explain that. Well, anyway.
Yeah.
Well, you see. Anyway,
Do
Yeah,
the
we're back.
hand signal, Dill. I think I need the hand signal.
Okay,
When a mommy loves a
Dude.
daddy very much.
there's-
Okay, all right.
there it is.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
sometimes your daddy has a tube.
This is
The boner of justice will show you.
quality start to the show. I don't
Yeah.
even know.
I
I hope we're
mean,
going to
it's
talk about politics next.
a very Christine
How did
start.
this become my job? Why is this my job
I don't know.
right here to do this?
You're the boner of justice.
Yeah, that's it.
We trust no one else for these references.
Here's our
You're
hand signal.
definitely a
Goes, You done got busted.
Man, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Little kids doing
Company
that
Just made
shit.
that up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
look at you. You're meant to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, then.
You probably get a free Daily Cialis prescription.
You'd
could
think,
probably
yeah.
be the spokesperson. We got to
Maybe
get
that'll,
that
like-
man's boner up.
You know, one of the stories I kicked back was there's a guy who, I mean, this was like the most obvious like PR stunt ever, but apparently he survived a month on a boat eating just ketchup, and so Heinz was trying to find him to give him a new boat.
Oh, yeah, I do
Oh,
remember
I
that.
heard about
Did they
that.
ever find him?
Yeah, they found it, but the problem was it was just too dumb. Like that's literally it. Like, like it's need a little
Did
more.
he get his boat?
Apparently they're talking about it. But again, that's why the article is not that good. I was like,
We need to
Yeah.
we need to catch up on this story to see what happened.
You did it.
oh
You did
man.
Slimy bastard.
Thank you.
Yikes.
I'm gonna log off now. I have done my
Yeah, the damage is done.
it. Yeah.
Please do. Please do.
Yeah. All right. Well,
nope.
actually, there was
The show.
the other one I spiked just because it was a funny comment was it was actually a couple weeks ago when we did the SNL clip. So we're putting this on YouTube now. And YouTube was like, no, and I'm like, all right, well, guess we won't do that. But anyway, that was a mistake. So anyway, on the Daily Show, I was going to show you a clip. Hassan Minhaj is because they're going through multiple guest hosts called Tucker Carlson, A Human Glory Hole, which was pretty
Yes.
cool. Yes, but I can't show that. But it's
Brilliant.
yeah. So anyway, just pretend we watched that clip. That was it. That was the punchline.
That was it.
That was it. Well, that's why. And also, they killed it so fast on YouTube. I was like, I can't show that. So yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that almost made it, and I mean, some of it might have squeaked through. But you know what? Let me pull this stuff up. We'll see if I did a good enough. The stuff.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Oh, you know the problem though too. Here, hold on. I got.
Uh-oh.
Well, no. So I couldn't remember the details on the glory hole thing. So I just Googled glory hole, and I got to get rid of that screen.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
You
we
fell
don't-
into a trap.
For research.
It was like it's already highlighted or something.
I should have not even looked at that. But it's not
All
good.
right.
Clear
So
that
now
is
we're going to talk
good.
about what low confidence in the lab leak theory actually means.
Yeah.
It means low confidence.
Well, you'd think that would not be a controversial statement. Yeah,
By
they,
Joseph Cox.
Oh, hello. We're still
Ah.
yeah.
See, now if this were a
Right.
corny comic book, Joseph Cox would be the man's
Yeah.
name of the
Would be.
owner of Justice. But no,
Yeah.
nobody's
No.
expecting Dill.
Yeah, he's voting for he's just writing for Vice in his spare time. Anyway, here's a picture of what is that? This is the lab that supposedly COVID came out of. Look at that great design
It's
there.
the Wuhan lab.
Yeah, so over the weekend, I saw it. Basically, a lot of the Murdoch papers, and I forget which one it was first. It was like the Post. I saw it in the Guardian, and it was over the weekend. And I'm like, man, I'm not on the line on the weekend, so I was like, I'm gonna look this up Monday. Started saying that the Department of Energy, for some reason, piped up and dropped a memo from about a year ago saying that they had low confidence that there was a leak, that COVID came from a lab in Wuhan, which we've been kicking around for a while. And somehow that turned into Energy Department confirms lab leak, which is not exactly what happened there. So Vice had this handy article where they basically said, so here's what low confidence means. Low confidence means I got their let me find their exact definition. I mean, it basically says we don't think that's what it is. We have no proof. There we go. Low confidence is analysis is scant, questionable, fragmented, or conclusions cannot be inferred. So that's not really confirming a lab leak there, I don't think.
Right. Well, to the people who released it, the CDC or something.
The Energy Department.
Energy Department. Well, but
Yeah.
those nerds, they were probably like, well, this will tell them it's low confidence. That's like that explains it. And not thinking that the normal Joe Schmo on the street has no idea what that means in their little department. They don't know.
No.
So you have to do this shit.
Yeah, Monty thinks it came from a
It's like,
guest on.
all you see is confidence. That's all America sees. Confidence lab leak. Oh my God.
I know. Yeah, they have confidence in the lab leak. Yeah, that's basically it.
No matter how low, there's confidence.
Yeah. So they so that was getting tossed around, and actually I go on a radio show on Tuesdays in Maryland, and we were talking about this because one of the guys, well, he hasn't been on the show in like 2 months, maybe they fired him, but one of the guys on there clearly reads a lot of QAnon stuff and always wants to ask about Hunter Biden's laptop, and I'm like, I don't want to talk about it, but the guy who runs the show had a really good question. He's like, let's like take it a step further. He's like, so if there was evidence that the Chinese actually did leak this from a lab, what does that change? I'm like, nothing. It really.
It's also not new at all.
No.
All that does is get the MAGA fired up because it's exactly what Trump said right away. That's all that this is.
Exactly.
It's this big battle. Oh my God, we can't admit he was saying something that was right.
Exactly. So, and it turns out though there was a great podcast, still is actually, called This Week in Virology, which I came across because a doctor friend of mine said when he listens to it, his brain explodes because he can't tell what they're saying half the time. So it's pretty up there. I listened to it a lot during COVID, and they had some great guests on there. So like one of the hosts, for example, like worked under Jonas Salk, so he's got some chops. At any rate, they had the team that actually from the U.S. they went over to assess whether or not there was a lab leak over there, and they said they basically had no way to prove it. But they said something interesting. They said that we do know what that looks like because we've seen them before. And I'm like, what? Apparently, in the 1970s, there was a strain of swine flu going around that they conclusively know came from a Soviet lab. And there was because it was 20 years old. And basically, the conclusion was they had a copy of the DNA of the original one, and then they had the new one, and it hadn't mutated like it had been running around for 20 years. Case closed. So it's not hard to prove. But you got to have the other thing. You got to have the original sample, and we don't have that. So there you go. Yeah.
Like they don't have the
it's
original
either a
sample
lab
because it's
and
spilled in the front parking lot of their lab.
Yeah, that's right. It was at the flea market in
Yeah,
wet
it's
market.
lining a garbage can. They just threw it outside
Yeah.
out back.
Yeah.
So interestingly, though, so one of the questions comes up is like, there's always like a bunch of signaling going on out there too. It's like people will, like different government departments will leak stuff in order to pressure other people. For example, like, every time Trump does something weird with Mar-a-Lago, the FBI drops exactly one leak to the Washington Post or the New York Times at about 5:00, like clockwork, like every single time. And you can tell it's them because they don't get mad or deny it. They just go,
This is the show you should be running, Drew.
Yeah.
Fucking back room deep throat shit. Did you hear that, Christine?
I heard it.
Yeah.
I popped to attention.
It's more meta stuff. It's kind of like this is what I see when I read the news. Is like the question is, what is this doing here? And going back to the original point of the article, why in the hell has the energy department got an opinion about this all of a sudden?
No shit. Right.
Yeah.
The energy department.
So we could be screwing with the Chinese, maybe. I don't know, because like that's a great way to disavow it, to be like, well, the energy department just popped off. We don't know what those bozos are doing. The reason I mentioned it is because so some people aren't aware that it turns out in China, the Chinese government says that it came out of one of our labs.
Oh, well, I mean, we do throw money into that lab in Wuhan. It's not.
Yeah, so everybody's blaming everybody,
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's a group effort for the lab itself being shitty enough that somebody will get out of there with the COVID on it.
Yeah. And like my friend said, he's like, even if they did leak it, does that change anything? I'm like, it's just kind of embarrassing.
No, because the other story at the very beginning was that it was somebody who was eating a bat.
Yeah, which it's still
gross ass dead animal market.
Yeah, like South Park. I mean, somebody was like having sex with a
Ozzy
penguin.
Osbourne caused it. Ozzy
Yeah,
Osbourne
we never doubted for a second that China was the source. It was just like it was okay for some reason if it was a poor person's dead animal market.
Yeah.
Terrible if it's a lab leak. Like it's
and we still had COVID, so it's like also a friend of mine who's in the Air Force. He pointed out, he's like, if this was a bioweapon, it sucks.
Yeah,
It doesn't kill anybody but old people.
Plus, it's slaughtering their own right now.
Yeah. He's like, if you were going to do a bioweapon, you'd have it only kill like white people aged 18 to 25. Like that's a bioweapon.
Look,
like this thing's terrible.
Auntie, don't correct me on saying wet market. Wet market is just as gross a name as dead animal market. Come on, dude. It's wet because it's full of blood.
It is. It's pretty gross. On relation, in another sort of like sidebar to this popped up.
Ooh, China's CCP warns Elon against sharing the Wuhan lab leak report.
Yeah, because Musk has been.
So he has it.
Well, he's been talking about. So Musk popped off over the weekend when this came up, talking about how you can't trust the media; they get everything wrong. And well, I mean, they get a lot of stuff wrong. I don't know, but it's. Anyway, why that happens is not because they're mean and trying to do something. It's because they're dumb, but and not careful. So, but what was interesting about this was the Chinese government specifically warned, and it was a very strangely worded warning. It said Elon Musk needs to, where it is. There you go. Elon Musk, are you breaking the pot of China?
Oh my God, he is doing it. He's breaking the pot.
Breaking the pot of China, which I'm like, what the hell does that mean? That means biting the hand that feeds you.
He's a pot smoker and a pot breaker, that guy.
Yeah, apparently. That's a weird way to put a threat. Like, biting the hand that feeds you, like, if I pissed off the Chinese government, they're not going to say that about me. I mean, I don't know what's actually going on there, but that's weird. So, But yeah, he's breaking pots, I guess, and he's doing that.
Well, you know,
As he does.
that guy's on a real tear.
He needs to
And
like.
he knows. I'm just saying that he listens to all advice from everybody, so he definitely will not be sharing that report because he was told not to.
That's for sure. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, you can't tell him not to do something. But
Mm.
yeah, so I just thought that was an interesting way to warn somebody because they wouldn't tell me that. But
Don't get those hair plugs removed, Elon.
Yeah, that's right. Look out. So
Don't you
anyway.
do it.
So anyway, that's what's going on there. And then strangely, zero updates since this thing came out over the weekend. So I guess it's just somebody screwing around.
Nobody cares.
Somebody cares.
Somebody cares, not me.
Somebody cares, and Elon's breaking pots.
Yeah, he's breaking the pots. Okay.
Breaking
On to the weather.
On to the
Yeah.
weather. Upstate New York Outdoor Beer Fest that embraces winter weather is canceled by, wait for it, winter weather.
Somebody call Alanis Morissette. Isn't it ironic?
Yeah.
No.
Since
No,
it's an Oneota,
it's
New
bad
York,
luck.
I'm not 100% clear where anything is in upstate New York except the parts I rode my bike through a few years ago, and I think it was
Rochester's
around there.
great.
Yeah, I assume this is in the snowy part though, because
Oh yeah,
But-
it's crazy.
yeah, it gets nuts, man. Like, and they
Rochester, Buffalo, that's insaniac up there, man.
oh yeah, I mean, and so these guys, as I guess maybe like tongue in cheek, started a beer festival to celebrate wintry weather because if you're doing something outdoors in March in upstate New York, you get wintry weather, so you might as well just go.
Yeah, you're gonna get blizzarded on.
Yeah, and it's an outdoor festival, and usually they're expecting to get snow. Well, apparently the weather forecast this weekend is so dire they canceled it. They said there's a lot of snow coming in.
Yeah, there's a big storm going on up there. That's where you guys are getting the wind from up there. There's the snow that's hammering because Michigan's gonna get it too.
Yeah. We're
It's
actually
easier to
getting
keep your
nailed.
beers cold outside when it's snowing.
That's
Well,
Just a
yeah.
fact.
That might be why they do it.
yeah.
Yeah,
There's a good place for a wet market.
yeah, it would be a nice
It
market.
won't be so weird, and the meat will be frozen at least.
Yeah, there you go. Correct. It's Oneida. I don't know how to pronounce it, man. So it's like I've only been there once. But yeah, along with the weather though, so I follow. We've got he's like super nerdy, but also kind of fun local weather guy that I've run into a couple times at events. And so I follow him, and he's always posting like all these graphs and stuff. And I mean, and I'm not saying that like the boomers going, I'm confused by graphs. I can read a goddamn graph. These things are like really, really involved. And it says he says that for tomorrow he's seeing wind speed projections higher than any model has ever said we would get, which is 80 miles an
Can't
hour.
wait.
Our record, I think our all-time record was 65 miles an hour, and that was 2 weeks ago.
Oh man.
Yeah, 80 miles an hour, and that's if there's no tornadoes, which there will be tornadoes. If there aren't any, it'll be 80 miles an hour.
Ay.
Yeah. So
Are our polar shifts? Are the poles shifting? Or, it's supposed to be happening sometime.
I think so. I don't know that they've gotten around to it yet. I don't know if it's related.
No, they have not gotten around to it yet because we would all be dead if they had.
Exactly. That's all we'll know. Like, why am I dead?
Not me. I'm in my basement. I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Well,
Write it out.
You're gonna get me
Yeah, gonna write it out till the radiation from the poles flipping.
with the spinning stops.
Yep. So, well,
I
Dill's
got a
gonna
winter
survive.
coat in the basement. Yep.
He's gonna disguise this.
And
So
chickens.
anyway,
I got
but
chickens. I'll bring them down here.
yeah, you can make
That's all
eggs.
you need. Yeah, that's all you need. You got friends and a
Mm-hmm.
fresh supply of eggs.
Yes.
Yep.
And chickens. If one of them mouths off, you can eat
I'm
it.
saying the chickens are your friends.
Yeah. And dinner.
Little
So if we all
ball.
die from the polar flip flop, then I'll queue up this Fark News every
Phil's-
week on Thursday.
Phil's
for those who
avian
survive.
flu report.
Yeah.
From 3 miles below the Earth's surface.
Yep.
A really big blob of seaweed is headed towards Florida, and it could create stinky beach conditions.
Oh no,
Oh,
not Stinky
no.
Beach.
As someone who lives near Galveston, I can't imagine it could be any worse than Galveston.
Oh,
Man,
That's what I
fucking
say.
slam on Galveston right there. Wow.
Every Texan knows Galveston stinks
Oh no. Why does Galveston stink, Christine?
because it stinks.
Oh, good answer.
there we go.
Maybe it's a giant floating blob of sargassum.
Maybe you got one. So anyway, when they said
Enormous.
giant blob, I was like, well, how big could it be? Well, there's the map.
How big could this blob be? Jesus Christ, it's like a fucking landmass.
The size of Atlantis,
In
apparently.
Africa with that.
Yeah.
That is a big
Wow.
blob.
Ooh, that is large. I
Oh,
think
Okay.
Cuba should be worried too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, wow, that sucks. But yeah,
oh my God.
yeah, that's a lot.
Why?
I don't know.
Why is
Apparently
it
this
there?
happened.
Is it
It
because
happens.
it's replaced by the trash at the bottom? Is that what happened?
It doesn't say. It does say that like lots of like jellyfish and tiny fish live in it. It's like a floating
Oh.
ecosystem, but apparently a lot of it's dead and it smells like rotten eggs. So
Take
Yeah,
that,
who's-
Florida.
Who's getting in Florida?
yeah. Well, it looks like it's getting like I'd say the entire Caribbean ought to be worried if that's the direction it's going because it fill up the entire
About to
Gulf. there.
swallow it. Yeah, it's about to
Yeah.
swallow those islands.
Better find some people that.
Or maybe bring a brand new industry up there once they get used to that stench.
Yeah, see, we stink farming. Yeah,
Pig farm.
Yeah.
stink farm.
We,
Yeah,
don't, we don't know the cure for something could be floating around in there.
Yeah, we don't know.
Cure to
Also,
homelessness. Here's a cure to homelessness right there. They got a big old island.
yeah, you can take them all there. You guys live here.
Green island.
They become stink farmers.
You guys are fine.
Yeah, they already stink. It's like, yeah, this is a great solution.
Wait a minute. Put that down in the FARC book. Come on, man. We're solving this problem.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We don't have business ideas. We got policy ideas
We
today.
should run for president in 2024.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Actually, along the same lines as this, it's a bit of a
Run
segue.
for president.
Yeah, along the same lines of things that might be living in a giant blob of seaweed, we have this.
Mexico's president shares a photo of what he says appears to be an Alex, a mystical woodland spirit. What's
Oh,
an
yeah.
Alex? Is that how you
Did
pronounce
you
it?
see this creepy thing stalking in a tree?
Yeah, here it is.
Creepy.
There it is. He shared
Let me
it.
see
Yeah, look at this thing. Look at this thing. It's like it's creepy.
Let's zoom in on this here. So here's what he got. There it is. Okay.
Oh, that looks like
Yeah.
his mother-in-law.
So again, we have the usual problem of anytime somebody takes a picture of a fairy creature, a ghost, or a UFO, they pull out the blurry camera and take the shot. Again.
Hey, man.
So,
The only cameras that can capture anything is the blurry ones.
apparently, yeah.
Look, dude, these woodland sprites know what they're doing. If they appeared in front of people with good cameras, then everybody'd be snapping pics of them.
That's probably true. So there's a couple of mysteries surrounding this. They're not deep mysteries. They're just dumb. One of them is, first of all, why is the president of Mexico posting photos of elves on his Twitter feed? Second of all, it turns out this photo is actually 2 years old.
Oh,
So why is he posting? Why is he doing that? What's he doing on Sunday
He had to
nights?
wait-
He's just sitting
he had
around
to wait for
drinking.
the elves. The elves had to give him permission, I guess.
maybe he was being held hostage by a bunch of those little tree elves, and they were like, "You tell people about us now."
Yeah, maybe that's it. Yeah.
Tired of hiding.
This is pretty cool. They called him President of Mexico. That's actually a great wrestling name.
President of Mexico. That is a great wrestling name.
President of Mexico.
Hi, I'm President Mexico.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna change my name to Lucky Mexico and run for
you
president.
should actually. You'd win. I'd vote for it.
President
Just
Mexico.
for the name alone. You get my vote for sure. I mean, nobody went and asked him why he posted a 2-year-old photo, or even like what the hell this other thing is that he put up there. He posted two. He's got the blurry photo of the elf, and then he's got whatever the hell this is. I'm sure.
Look at that old stone carving of a little woodland sprite.
And a gonk droid.
Yeah.
Look at that thing from
Oh
Star
yeah,
Wars.
and it's like
Groot.
Oh, it's so cute. I want one.
I will kill you and
Yeah.
It's so cute.
We're all humans. So
Aw.
they said apparently the only explanation they had is that he's been big on he's trying to build this tourist train to go through the dense jungle forest so that people can go see all the pyramids and run up them naked. I guess. I mean that's what I would do.
Yeah, man, we got to get more
We're
people.
supposed to run
into
up those
this
naked?
forest.
Well, I mean, I don't know if everybody does it, but
I don't
I
think
didn't
that
even know.
tree elf has clothes on.
no, he doesn't. That's for sure. And the statue
He's
doesn't either.
naked.
Yeah, the gonk
What he's
droid.
wanting to do is get a trail of tourists to go through the woods so the tree elves can eat heartily.
That's right.
Oh,
Eat the
Yeah,
tourists.
they're tired of. He's
It's a
tired
sacrifice.
of.
I mean that.
eating his
Those pyramids
citizenry.
are about sacrifice and stuff.
Yeah.
I like it.
So whatever
I
the hell's
like it,
going
and I
on
want
there
one.
anyway.
We require the meat of 1 million gringos.
That's right. Bring them. Yeah. Well, they're coming on trains. They're coming on trains. What we got here? Oh, there we go. That's good.
Christian pastor claims that public schools are hiring actual witches at an alarming rate.
Hey, man. Look,
goodness.
if I had my choice of the nuns at my high school or some witches, I would have taken
actual witches. Yeah, I would take actual witches. Yeah.
Those nuns are harsh.
Yeah, they were rough, man.
They are hard. I got slapped by mine. My nun
They're
teacher.
all like
She
9
slapped
million
me
years old.
because I didn't want to run. Hey,
why did
hey! I'm reading the comments. I am right here.
Oh, they give you the business there. Yeah. So anyway, this guy, we've talked about him before. We ran a video of him talking about how he knew that there were witches in his congregation.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
There's 3 of them or
That
something.
guy.
Yeah, right.
Why is he so obsessed with me? I mean, with witches.
He talks about them all the time. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
it's like a fetish, I think, or something.
I wonder if he thinks when every time Trump says witch hunt that he is meaning actual witches, and so he's like,
probably
oh, fucking God, there's witches everywhere.
He probably does. I'm gonna play you the 1 minute segment from his
This
interview
guy.
because it's ridiculous and he's a moron. And also these accents don't sound real to me. I mean, I've met people like that. But
And
Yeah,
he
one
needs
of
a
these
new
is a
jacket.
character.
play it,
I
David.
believe that you have skills that you've learned and God's
Yes.
shown you. So tell us, how do we deal with witches?
How
Well,
do we
first
do
of
it?
all, you have to boldly acknowledge their existence. Okay,
Do
you
you?
got to get away from this long, pointy nose, green face, Wizard of Oz. flying
Witches are
around the
hot.
room idea.
Man.
Witches are reality. Matter of fact, our public school system is hiring full-blown, well-known witches out of
Well known. Well known.
Well known.
Huge, huge, massive. I mean, thousands of people in these.
Thousands.
Here's what's interesting.
Thousands of witches.
Witch. So
Yeah, I mean, like, is that they put it on the resume?
Whoa! What's in theaters on March 13th? Come out in am I supposed to be coming out of the closet in Jesus' name
Yes.
Actually, yes. Yes.
on March 13th?
Well,
Yep, that's only a few
you
CDs
lick
away.
for Jesus.
you're gonna come out for Jesus?
Come out.
Yeah, more on that in a second. We'll finish this up and I'll explain what he's promoting here. But anyway,
I could infiltrate a witch's
Whacking
coven and pretend to be one of them.
Thousands
But
of witches.
dress up
are
like
hired.
Christians and come to churches all the time. I have to make a standing announcement every single Sunday night. I did it
Every
just
single
last night. God did not tell you to lay hands on me and pray over me. I have to do that all the time because I let my
I
guard.
did not.
We had some witches come in, lay hands on me and pray, and I'm telling you,
What?
this is my world. I'm telling you,
look at her. Oh,
in the spirit realm.
Shocked.
Oh my God. Oh my
Oh,
God.
hell no!
having nightmares, and I'm like, what?
Wow.
anyway.
America, we're doing great.
He had
I
witches.
don't know. All I
Yeah.
heard was something about laying
Congregation.
hands on people, and now
Lays
like
hands-
the
the
80s
witches
hair
laid
brand.
hands on
80s
him.
hairband. Yeah, lay your hands on me. What is that song? It's a great song.
He says that witches have dressed up as Christians and
Yes, thousands of
infiltrated his church, and they've laid
Yep.
hands on him.
all the time, and he doesn't like it. He says.
He doesn't like it. That's probably what makes him
Please
fuck
stop.
all those underage girls that he picks
Yeah,
up.
yeah. Please stop touching my wiener. Is what he
Yeah, that's the witches. They laid hands on me.
It wasn't me.
They made me do it.
I think he's laying the groundwork for getting caught with somebody in a closet. Like, I feel like that's what
Yeah,
this is.
something. Yeah, he's doing the whole Trump it's a rigged election thing where it's just like, okay, it's the witches. I'm going to build it up and build it up and build it up because I'm going to get busted. I know I'm under investigation. That fucking guy.
Yeah, he's a piece of work. He's come out in Jesus' name is in theaters March 13th. Not any theaters near me, I don't think. But
what state is he in?
Tennessee, I think.
Wow. Oh, well, they just banned the drag queens.
State of confusion.
Yeah, state of confusion. Yeah, Tennessee. Where like they've got so much like whiskey fungus, so it's making their brains weird.
They made the drag queens illegal today.
I know. Yeah, and the governor is a drag queen. I mean, you can explain that.
Yeah, that's why they're illegal now.
Right.
Yeah,
But it does.
he wants to be the only one. I think that's what it is. Yeah. So anyway, just to like wheel off of this guy because he's a
Lay your
piece of
hands
work.
on me as a Bon Jovi, just so you know.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay.
George Santos quickly removes job at Wuhan lab from resume.
So, this is not real.
Probably the only one that was actually true. He's like, fuck, they know it was me.
This is actually not real. When I read it, I was like, did he?
You don't know with him nowadays. Like,
Oh, I know.
Genuinely can't tell what's truth and fiction with him.
No, not at all.
That is a good Onion article.
Yeah, it's Borowitz. He's been doing it for a while, and then he's the New Yorker bought them for a while or something. And so whenever they run his stuff, it's always like, it's in there. See, look, it says satire right up here. But
Yeah,
if you're reading quick, you don't catch it.
Well, yeah, and nobody, people normally don't look at the little red thing at the top because you just figure it's a category or something you don't care about.
And because I want this to be true, I don't care if it's not true. That's just how it works nowadays.
Yeah, exactly.
He doesn't care what's true or not, so why should we care?
Right, he doesn't care. Yeah.
That
being said, there was a real
I've
article.
not heard of him. George Santos has a new campaign treasurer, but questions persist.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay. This is not the weirdest thing.
George Santos.
George Pantos. This is not the weirdest thing we've heard about this guy, but boy. So anyway, apparently, sometime back in December or so, his existing treasurer was like, man, I really don't want to do this job anymore because this guy's a piece of work. So she quit. And then somebody filed the next financial report that got filed was from a guy named, I think it's Andrew Olson. Yeah, there we go. Listed as treasurer, filed a document. And so CNN or somebody started asking around, like, is this guy registered anywhere? So not only is he not registered anywhere as ever having worked on any campaign, he also doesn't seem to be real. And even better, listed as the address for the campaign, the building, and not the apartment, the building that his Santos's sister lived in until January. Now, two pieces of information about that. One is there's other places in that building. There's a couple of businesses and there's some apartments. So somebody at CNN went all the businesses, and there's a hair salon there that they said they would talk to him and said, yeah, we don't know. We even know where that campaign is in this building. Like, we have no clue. Never seen an Andrew Olson. So that's one of them. And then the other one is it turns out that the building also, his sister did live there until January. And they said, kind of in a non sequitur paragraph, but not really, they said that she doesn't live there anymore since January. And has a $19,000 settlement for back rent. Yeah.
How is he not in jail yet? Isn't it illegal to lie your way into the government? That's not illegal, really. You can completely lie your way into Congress.
I think what's working here is that, like, if you tell one lie and you get busted, they can investigate that. But if you tell 1,000, it's going to take a while to go through that.
But they're also blatantly lies.
Yeah, but there's like 1,000 of them. They got to check every last one of them out. And,
he's a placeholder. They can't get rid of him because a Democrat might slip in there,
Oh, almost definitely. Well, that's why they haven't got rid of him yet, because they're like, well, crap, that would like fuck the seat. Yeah. So, but today, about an hour ago, I didn't pull the article because it wasn't funny, but the House Ethics Commission said that they got a lot of things they want to talk about with him, and then they adjourned, and they didn't give any more details. But
what's his real name? Anthony something?
Oh, what was it actually? Yeah, he does have a different name. You're right.
Yeah, I mean, he has an actual name. George Santos is not that man's name. It's he just started running for Congress as fucking George Santos.
Yeah, exactly. And then he had a drag queen name.
That's the new name.
Yeah. So, whatever. I'm sure there's going to be.
I think his real name is also Phil McCracken.
Yeah, probably. That's who everybody's calling for.
Finally, the audience is on my side.
Yes.
They love you.
Yeah, so Santos L. Hooper. Oh, yeah, this is it. Anthony DeVolder. That was it. That's him.
Anthony DeVolder.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like a Star Wars villain name.
It sounds like Harry Potter.
It really does.
Voldemort. That's it. That's probably a lie.
Yeah, that probably is. I'm sure.
Probably about like Bob James.
Yeah, nothing is true. The only thing we know is he got elected out of New York, and I think that's it. Nothing else has been proven at this point.
Does he even live there?
Is he a tree elf from Mexico? And then
he should be
part of this.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe he's three tree elves wearing a suit, standing on each other's shoulders.
He does look like three tree elves in the suit. I think Might have something with it. So I'm
Perfect.
sure there'll be a follow up to that because every week there is. I mean, we can't miss. Okay, here's the dumbest thing I saw this week.
Oh man.
Fruity Pebbles and Lucky Charms threaten to block healthy food labeling guidelines in court.
So it
Uh-oh.
turns out that the cereal companies that make all the sugar bombs are very upset by the fact that they can't put the word healthy. The FDA won't let them, those mean bastards.
Come on, man. Those kids' energy.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
reason they
That's what
won't
it
actually,
needs, more energy.
the reason they won't is because it has like one serving has 24 grams of sugar in it, which is too much. I mean, well, for healthy anyway. I mean, you do you, but so anyway, they're doing a full court press, and and this was buried deep in the article, but I like it. They have apparently retained the services of. Let me find the name of this group here. You won't recognize these guys. I didn't know who they were, but they're interesting. It was
Do we cheat
Washington
'em and how?
Legal. Pretty close. The Washington Legal Foundation, and whenever you see shadowy nonprofit, you know it's going to be good.
Oh man, shadowy is always a great word.
So the Washington Legal Foundation is the ones bringing this sort of like, it isn't a lawsuit yet, but they're threatening it. So let's go over this and then we'll go into them. What they're saying is that they have a bunch of stupid arguments such as sugary cereals are calorie dense food and poor people need that because they can't afford other food.
Yeah,
There
man.
are fruit in those pebbles and lucky in those charms, and I dare you
Where are you going to get your
to
luck
prove
from?
different.
Yeah.
Is
man.
part of their defense that Lily's is cutting the price of insulin? Is that part of their defense?
You know, I think it's unrelated, but that's a good question.
I mean, it might as well.
Yeah. I mean, now it's like
It's
insulin's cheap.
good.
So, yeah.
Insulin's cheap. We'll just put a little bottle as a prize inside each package.
Yeah, free insulin. Yeah.
Fred and Barney need some money, man.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
So they're arguing, though, that this is an infringement of corporate free speech, that they should be able to say that they're healthy with no legal repercussions whatsoever.
You're not. We have the FDA can go fuck themselves. It's corporate free speech.
Yeah, it's corporate free speech. We could do
You got
whatever
my
we want.
rights.
Yeah. My thing would be, it's like, I mean, that may still work, but again, I think these guys are misunderstanding. Like, even if that argument works, they could call themselves healthy. Now they're wide open to
Lucky Charms, the only food you ever need to eat ever.
Exactly. I feel like there's a fraud lawsuit potential there. My feels like I ate this for a month and now I've got terminal.
I'm dead.
Yeah.
This is my ghost at court.
Yeah, I think they might be in big trouble. But anyway, back to the Washington whatever guys, the guys that represent it in the past have represented such luminaries in the world as the High Fructose Corn Syrup Association.
Yeah, everybody loves high fructose corn syrup, man.
Yeah, they've been fighting to stop the FDA from telling people it's not healthy.
Yeah, stop it. It's literally in everything.
It's got the word corn in it. It's made out of corn. It must be
a seed or something, a fat seed.
Okay, yeah, there you go. There's the First Amendment claim. It exceeds the FDA statutory authority of making sure we know what's healthy and not. Okay.
Oh, man.
Of course, with this Supreme Court, I mean, they also defended Purdue Pharma.
Oh, great. Cotton. Don't worry, the Washington Shadow League are on it.
Yeah. So anyway, the sad part of all this is it's hilarious and it's probably going to destroy our government. But well, you know, it's a good run.
I mean, what isn't though? Really,
we had a good run. All right, what else we got here?
200 and some odd years. Hey, it's all right. It's a lot of land and people to try to manage.
Totally.
Vaping and other acts you can be fined for in Singapore.
Oh, fuck you, Singapore. I'll have one.
Damn it.
Well,
wait, pigeons? Can I be fined for pigeons? What is this picture?
I don't know why there's pigeons because I don't think they. Well, here, hold on. No, it is kind of related, but barely. That's why I didn't recognize it. So
don't vape pigeons, as Lucky does his
definitely
smoke.
Definitely don't vape pigeons.
I just did it. I vaped the Singaporean pigeons.
How was it?
It was great. It tastes like chicken.
That's foul.
Oh god. So you guys remember, and this was like pre-FARC. Remember, like they arrested those kids like a million years ago, and then they caned them.
Yeah, man, they fucking caned them.
Yeah, like I don't remember what they did, but I remember
they did a Simpsons episode about caning.
Yeah, they caned him as a response, and I don't remember what they did. It was a long time ago, but I do remember all the sidebar articles talking about how strict that the legal system was and the justice system in Singapore, all the stuff you couldn't do. Like, there's no crime, but there's these other stuff. So, what I didn't realize was, and this I should have realized it, is that as time has progressed and new technologies have come around, Singapore has kept up with the times and banned all of this stuff, including. So here's things that are banned in Singapore: flying a kite.
Look at these Smithers.
Yeah, you can't fly a kite. Actually, it turns out you can. You can't do it within 5 kilometers of an airport. So
that makes sense.
I mean,
the penalty is $20,000.
Oh man.
Yeah, so you got.
Yeah, but who's really out there flying kites by airports?
No, exactly. So you can't feed the wild animals. That's what the pigeons.
Look at this protester. There's a protester there feeding the wild animals.
Anyway,
look at him.
He's dressed like Jesus.
It is.
I'm not from here. He says, I'm a visitor.
What do you mean?
Wearing
This
a
is
potato
illegal?
sack.
I'm 17 pigeons standing on each other's shoulders in a potato sack.
Yeah, he's literally wearing a potato sack.
Yeah. So it's not just pigeons. You can't feed the boars and the monkeys. Which is
wow. You can't feed the wild boars. They're so much fun when they run at people.
Aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's $2,000. It's not too bad. If you got $2,000, you can feed them all you want.
They're so fun and violent.
They are.
They're so violent.
We got this one.
Naked at home in view of others.
Motherfucker, there goes my hobbies.
This country.
There
sucks.
goes my OnlyFans.
Now what am I going to do when the school bus pulls up?
Yeah, you're gonna have to get one.
Come on, man, Singapore.
Oh, lucky.
Let the church handle that. Yeah, they. So it turns out that it's in view of others is kind of the criteria, but the problem is that I guess that's pretty easy to do if you leave the windows open or something. But,
Jesus.
But check this out: the fine is $2,000 and/or 3 months in jail. Like, man,
where you can't be naked in jail either because you're just going to keep getting jailed.
It is pretty amazing how freaked out people get about nudity. It's wild.
Yeah, it is, especially in Singapore. Like, who cares?
Really wild.
Mooching Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Oh, no shit.
If you steal somebody else's Wi-Fi, $10,000, 3 years in jail. If you do it twice, it goes up.
God damn.
Yeah,
it's cheaper to feed pigeons while you're naked.
Does T-Mobile own Singapore? Why?
I don't know, man.
Everybody must have the internet.
Yeah.
Get your own Wi-Fi, you thieves.
Yeah. Don't take my Wi-Fi.
Don't be poor. Stop being poor.
Don't be poor. I think that's it, though. Yeah, that's it. So, I mean, there's probably more stupid stuff, but that's it for that.
I mean, some of those.
So, if I really wanted to have a party, I could go out near an airport naked, vaping while flying a kite,
and doing it on OnlyFans off of the airport internet.
Yeah, that's a life sentence in jail.
Damn,
you are free to do all of those things in America. You can do all those things, no problem.
You can do all of those things.
Yes,
in Texas, especially, you live in the right state.
God bless Texas, y'all.
For your dreams. Your dreams can come true, Christine.
You can do it. You can do anything. You
can do anything. We believe in you.
Bring anything. What we got here? Oh, there we go.
Ford applies to patent self-repossessing cars that can drive themselves away.
That's the greatest thing ever.
Isn't it though? I was surprised. I was surprised this had been done already, but they got some diagrams.
Oh, that's genius.
Ooh, diagrams.
Being a repo man is a dangerous job.
Yeah. So the idea is basically that Ford, and they literally did file this patent this week, and the article says, well, they won't necessarily use it. Man, I don't know. I mean, it's
brilliant.
They don't have technology that stops the car from being started if it needs to.
Well, that's also part of it. That's also part of it. So, but it's interesting. They're super worried about not being able to start a car. They mentioned a hypothetical person having a car, like a heart attack in a car while some of these things go on. So they don't want to actually stop the whole car, but we'll go down the list. So what they do is if you don't pay, they want to turn off luxury features like the radio or air conditioning, or and then eventually your key fob will quit working. But then
Hey, this sounds like the van I drive around already. Exactly like the van I have right now.
Are you on your payments?
Am I being repossessed or what? What's going
Maybe.
on?
Yeah.
Sounds like they're doing all right.
Yeah. So, but then anticipating driverless car technology, it goes on to say that perhaps if the car can drive itself, it might drive itself closer to a tow truck, is how they started out. And then they say, or back to the dealership, or, and this is wild, and they said, if the database indicates that it's of a certain age and of a certain low value, it'll drive itself to the dump.
Oh my God.
Wow.
That's
It's going to literally commit suicide.
they would rather, they would rather crush your car.
Yeah.
If you're not going to pay,
then
they're just letting you ride in a fake car. Fuck you.
I know.
Yes. Car is nothing.
Yes.
Yeah. They're basically saying if this car is completely worthless by our standards, we'd rather take it away from you anyhow and destroy it.
Please have your kids out of the back seat before this happens.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Make sure the kids are not in the car. Yes,
I do follow a local police page, and it is funny to see the number of people calling, the police to report their car being stolen when in reality it was a repo. I haven't made my payments in 6 months, but someone has stolen my car.
Yeah, we don't know who. Okay, wait. I got a question for Foo Shards here because said this was in Cyberpunk 2077. Perhaps somebody else knows. When did that launch? Because this patent was filed in late 2021. I'm wondering if somebody was sitting around at home going, "Oh man, yeah, August 2021."
100%. That is. It's like
there you go.
We have cell phones because of Star Trek.
We have an answer. So, so if this was done in Cyberpunk 2077, I think we can infer that there was a Ford exec sitting around watching that going, damn, you know what? We need to patent that.
100%.
Yeah.
Still won't fly in Texas, just letting you know. Ain't going to happen here.
Yeah, thanks.
They like we like our tow trucks way too much down here.
Yeah, so anyway.
Yeah, but that's kind of fun if a car is just like, well, can't pay for me. Bye.
Bye.
Can you imagine if you're just driving down the street and you look over and there's a Ford, and you're like, I know where you're going.
Going to the dump or Michigan.
Or could I follow it to the dealership and offer to buy them out and be like, I will buy this Ford off of you for super
what
cheap.
A lot of people will start doing if they'll become the ghost car chasers and go,
there goes one. Get it.
Yeah, go pay the note and sell it at a profit.
What's the blue book value? Quick, look it up before we get there. It is.
It's a brilliant idea. Put it down in the FARC book. Nobody can do this but us. Nobody.
Yeah, put it down.
These ideas are ours.
Yeah. I love it.
Christine, you got to do the kite trick, though, so that's where we got to meet with the investors in our...
Okay. Loch Ness Monster is seen 600 miles from home by shocked mother and daughter. Hasn't this been debunked?
Here it is.
This has been debunked,
there it is.
I thought.
How can you debunk that? That is a Loch Ness Monster right there.
My usual complaint. Why did they use the blurry phone? They had the good ones.
Hey, man, because the Loch Ness Monster is usually somewhere foggy. That's why.
Yeah, that's a good point. So they...
Could also be a stick, but hey.
Yeah, well, actually, so along those lines, so the article actually isn't the interesting part. It's sort of where the rabbit hole. Remember what we were talking about? What the Loch Ness Monster probably is?
Oh yeah, whale's penis.
Whale penis.
Oh, it's a big whale dick.
Yeah. So here's we had this about 2 years ago. There you go. That's what it was.
Look at it. Whale penis. Why is a whale in a lake?
That does look like a whale dick.
Why is a whale in a lake? Well, that's a good question. In fact, so I was Googling because I was remembering the whole Loch Ness Monster is a whale penis thing. And I was like, what was that? So I Googled it and I found conflicting information. So I found this article, the one I remembered, saying the Loch Ness Monster is a whale penis. And then I found this one, which contradicts that. Yeah.
Or that's just a cut down. They're just cutting down the Loch Ness Monster.
Obviously not just a whale penis. Duh.
Not just a whale penis.
So, can you guess?
Whale nuts.
Yeah, could you guess why it's obviously not a whale penis? Can you guess? And it's stupid.
not a whale penis. It's not just a whale penis. There's more.
There's more. No, that's not it, but that's good. No, actually, you kind of got it earlier, Lucky, a little bit.
Because it's in a lake.
Because it's not in a lake.
Yeah, it's fucking in a lake.
That's how we know.
Yeah, there's no whales in lakes.
Yeah,
There
that's
are
literally.
no
How
Loch
we know-
Nesses in lakes either.
But, but
Well, you know.
have we ever considered this? That's the Loch Ness Monster's penis.
Yeah, well, maybe it is. Yeah, we don't know.
We never thought of that.
No, that's right. Yeah,
That could be
Well,
Nessie Dick right there.
could be. Yeah, literally, this whole goddamn article talks to an expert who says, and that was their argument, it can't be a whale penis because there's no whales
Yeah, was
in
there
Scottish
actually
lakes.
named Lucky Yates?
Yeah,
That's
checkmate.
The most obvious thing. You can't have a
Yeah.
whale there.
So there you go. In case you were wondering, and I don't know what we've proven. 'Cause-
Nothing. We are
Nothing.
basically at the same place we started when we started
Yeah.
this conversation 3
No,
minutes ago.
you know what? We're a little more wise, a little knowledgeable, and we know what whale dicks look like now.
Yeah, there you go.
You didn't know what a whale
I had
dick
no
looked
idea.
like before?
This is the first time I've seen whale dick.
Oh, okay. Well,
They're
guess not.
mighty
The whole life,
impressive.
yeah.
Look
It won't be the last.
I'm,
It won't be the last.
I guess,
I'm
I'm
uh,
glad
I
I could
guess
share this moment with all of you because this is the
It's
first
all
time.
right.
it's got to be rough to be that large underwater.
No, it's actually really smooth if you touch it just the right way.
Yeah, you've touched enough whale dick to
Moving on.
This is like the award ceremony where they keep playing the ending music to wrap up the stage.
Yeah.
bitch,
That's like
wrap up the
off the stage. Off the stage. Yeah.
What?
Meet the Victorian surfing chicken who is turning heads and making waves.
I'm gonna eat that chicken.
All right. We got a minute and a
Maybe
half
one
of
of my chickens
news
will
report.
Delicious.
If you eat
This
that
is
chicken,
great.
will you become a good surfer?
Well, here, check out how it serves, by the way. I question the
At least the full
veracity
one.
of the story. Here, I got to play it. It's coming from Australia, so it takes like a minute.
So it takes
Come on.
Oh, it's backwards.
Australia.
too.
Yeah, maybe I should hit play.
Australian YouTube.
Plucky
It's gonna shut you
chicken
down.
is making waves and turning heads at
A
Ocean Grove
plucky
after
chicken.
a new hobby during COVID.
Oh my God! You just
It's
threw that
not
chicken in the
surfing, it's surviving.
It's surfing.
It's
surfing.
floating. It is literally floating.
Oh my
Yeah.
God!
You know, I just realized we don't really need the volume for this, but yeah. So I'll
yeah.
tell you what happened. So basically, she said during the
Get in
pandemic.
there, you cock.
Look at that chicken. He's like, fuck. So he's trying to get away. He's like, get me out of here! Damn it! Oh, it's
This lady
powerful.
This lady keeps throwing me in the ocean.
She claims he likes it.
She
Oh, I'm
takes
sure
me
he
home
does.
every day.
Or she.
He likes it because he keeps coming back.
Yeah, this ocean
So
of a
he
chicken.
must like
That's
it.
survival. We're
Yeah.
just listing survival here.
Like, I know a
Oh.
lot of us got super bored during the
Yeah.
pandemic and we started all kinds of weird hobbies and side hustles, but really, this is your first thought?
Yeah.
I think I'll throw that chicken in the ocean.
Oh, so
Oh,
now
by the
she
way-
puts it on a skateboard.
No, this is one of her neighbors that has a skateboarding chicken, and they hang
Well,
out.
that's much cooler than
What?
than a chicken that's
That's
getting
the
brined over
wildest-
the course
look
of
at
its
that.
life.
It's a different chicken.
right into
Look at that
right
guy,
into the
man.
zoo,
What?
man.
How's he
Yeah.
going back up?
Now,
It's a ramp.
now she should teach
Throw
this.
that bitch into the ocean.
No,
Yeah, she's in it.
See if she floats.
teach this chicken how to jet ski. That's what she
Yeah.
should do next.
I don't
Just
think this chicken is surfing,
Exactly.
guys.
I feel like that's a no.
It's not surfing. It's getting
telling
away from
you-
sharks.
Yeah, and I'm telling you right now, she is slowly just brining this thing daily, so that when
Probably.
it dies, it's going to be
Yeah.
so delicious. When she
Uh,
cooks it.
Delicious.
Oh, look at that.
That
Sure love her.
I love
I-
18 Slew.
He needs to peck her eyeballs out.
Yeah, no shit.
so
Pecker.
that's it.
That's what
Well,
we're
it happens
ending
next
on.
Yeah.
Whale penises and peckers.
Oh, yeah. Right there.
Yet another quality broadcast
Yep.
brought to you by Spark.com.
All the
Yeah.
important stuff. I mean, now you're smart. I mean, so yay.
Hey, we started
wouldn't
filthy.
say
We ended
smart.
filthy. What are you going to do?
Yeah, that's kind of where we live.
What you get for bringing
It's my
me
kind
into
of
the show?
broadcast.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
That's why.
So in the meantime, I'll
Cecilia-
just hide my company logo real quick. Wearing the company, just hide that
There
company
you
logo.
go.
No one
It
can
was
see.
A+
There you go.
content.
Yeah, it was. It's good. Yeah. So well, that's all
right,
that happened
then.
this week. Nothing else happened.
Excellent work, team.
That was a lot of
Oh,
fun. I
Oh, yeah,
enjoyed the
whatever
whole
happened to
broadcast.
Ralphie? Yeah, what happened to Ralphie, the fire
Ralphie the
breathing
dog.
dog?
Yeah, is Christine going to rescue Ralphie?
So there has not been an update.
No update yet?
Bathia in particular has been keeping her eyes out for an update.
Yeah.
So if things are progressing the way they said they were, he's going through his 6th week shock therapy for being a whole jerk. And this would be
Shock
week 9.
therapy?
Well, that's what I'm
What?
calling it. I mean, it's 6 weeks. I mean, that seems like pretty quick.
I feel
Dog
like Lucky
training,
needs to be inducted into that program.
Hey,
Yeah.
you haven't seen me breathe fire yet.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Like
So,
Ralph.
We've only seen you be half of a jerk too, not a whole one.
I have,
Yeah, not a whole jerk.
you have not seen whole jerk lucky.
No.
Oh
No.
boy,
No,
I can't
Woo!
imagine.
we haven't reached that level.
Yeah.
it is.
Monty says the reason I actually thought
Yes.
about doing a What Did We Learn segment, but there's no point.
What did we learn?
We didn't learn nothing. We didn't learn anything.
Someone learned not to travel to Singapore with Christine, which is disappointing.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Very disappointing.
Yeah.
Well, we do need to find out
Okay.
what's illegal in Greece
Yep.
because I'm going to Athens this year. So
Okay.
Mm.
What are you doing there?
work.
Like,
Oh,
What is
cool.
this job you have that's taking you to
Yeah.
cover
I
up
work.
the logo?
I work. We're a
Just-
web
we
We
hosting
could,
company.
the whole
can-
FARC team could go for broadcasting.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys could host our webinars.
There you go.
yeah,
Like this one.
yeah.
What?
I don't know,
No.
just ideas.
Yes. Are you
What?
kidding
No.
me? You don't want to
No.
bring a hit show to your work?
Yeah, you didn't even
Feature
ask
you
me if this
guys?
was company.
You
Yeah.
don't want to sit in the big chair, Christine? What's up?
I am in a big chair.
That's just because you're so tiny.
I'm in the
in
biggest
real
chair.
life.
When I went to the doctor
mean,
today, they said I
literally.
lost a significant amount of weight since the last time. I don't believe them. I think that the last time they weighed me, I just had a lot of poop inside of me because I feel like I didn't lose
How
any weight.
much poop does a doctor consider a significant
I
amount?
don't
weight?
know. They just weighed me and they
Were
said,
there any
"Wow,
nails
you have
inside
lost
you
a
at that time?
significant." They
Yeah.
said, "You have lost a significant amount of weight," and I'm like,
Have you been feeling
No.
okay?
"I'm feeling great."
How
Nice.
you look?
Yeah, they
Very good.
refilled all my crazy pills and made sure I still had lungs. Tested. I blew into the tube.
Nail free for 6 weeks.
Good
Maybe.
job.
Thank you. I blew quite well.
Proud of you.
I'm
I'm
sure
proud of
you
you,
always
Christine.
do. Even-
Ooh, FARC party
when
in
you got into it.
Athens. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
we could
going in
physically go.
June.
That's what
We
we're
could-
saying. You get the
Yeah.
company
That's
to
what
bring
we're
us
saying.
all over
Yeah.
there, and we'll do the broadcast. They
No,
can,
just the FARC party, not you guys. Y'all are not invited.
Huh?
Yeah.
It ain't
Besides,
no FARC
Lucky's
party
probably
unless we're
busy that
invited.
weekend anyway.
Yeah.
I'm not busy ever.
No, you told me when I went to Birmingham. I didn't even tell you what weekend I was going to Birmingham, and you're like, "Oh yeah, I'm busy that weekend."
Yeah, because you
Yes, it's very
took a
true.
picture of a dog you wanted me to adopt.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
gave me his
Picture of a
number, and
dog,
the
and I
first
went-
thing I sent him was a picture of a
went,
dog, and that's the only thing I've ever texted him was just a picture of a dog.
And I went, I'm busy that weekend.
I'm out.
And I am never busy.
This is a trap.
Yeah. So you missed out on saying
Oh.
hi to me, but that's
We'll see how
fine.
it goes.
So you're not
Birmingham,
invited.
Alabama.
Yeah, I went to Birmingham, Alabama. I'm going to Phoenix this month.
Birmingham is hours away.
Eh,
I
but-
live in Atlanta, Georgia.
He'll say
I
hi
know,
to you in
but
Greece.
I
when we're
had
all
a
there.
car.
Yeah.
I had a Mitsubishi Mirage.
Oh, those
Damn.
are a car.
Wow.
Wow.
There is.
I think it had both
Dang.
cylinders.
Yeah, yeah, and a steering wheel.
Both cylinders. Yeah, maybe.
Both cylinders.
Yeah, right. Speaking of being busy and stuff, so next week I'm out. I am going to Savannah, Georgia.
Ooh.
Oh, what's in Savannah?
Oh.
A buddy had a life event, and he needs to hang out and vent about it. And then we're gonna ride bikes all over the place. So,
Oh yeah, great.
yeah,
Watch
so
them
we'll be
set
good.
up for the big St. Patty's Day events.
Oh yeah. Oh okay. I did not know that.
It's a huge St. Patty's Day town,
Oh.
so they'll be getting ready.
I'll have to check that out. But yeah, so I'll be out there riding around in 80-degree weather all week.
Dude, it's fucking gorgeous down here. So really, it's been like it has been one of the loveliest springs ever in February, which is typically our coldest month.
Ours has been great as well, except for the hurricane strength winds that we keep getting 3 times a week. And
Yep.
well,
Whee!
yeah, like I'm literally like when we sign off, I'm going outside to nail down everything. Like no joke. Because I don't need to go buy another garbage can. I like don't know where the hell the last one went. Like one of my neighbors has it. I have no idea.
Sounds
It
delicious.
showed up here in my yard.
Delicious.
No big
Yeah,
Nailed.
it's Indiana. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we'll see. So we're off for next week, but then we'll be back in 2 weeks with a vengeance.
Speaking of Indiana, I've been doing. I started doing a YouTube show called Lucky Eight's News at Noon.
Yeah.
And stumbled onto the Kokomo Tribune, which is
Oh yeah, those guys are.
the most delightful newspaper in America. Right? I read stories.
It's a treasure
from the Kokomo
trove.
Tribune. It is a
Yeah,
treasure.
it's a treasure trove. Of
There's
stuff.
a Bell concert coming up this weekend, by the way. If you're
Oh.
near Kokomo,
I didn't know.
it's free. Also, the mayor's having a free pancake breakfast.
Oh well, hell, I'm in.
Oh,
Do you know what the mayor's name
I need
of
to get up
Kokomo?
there.
Do you know the mayor's name of Kokomo?
Is it
What is
pancake?
no.
No.
No,
Are you ready for this shit?
ready?
And it's spelled
I'm ready.
correctly.
Okay.
Mayor Tyler Moore.
No,
It
it
looks-
is not.
It looks like Mayor. It looks like Mary Tyler Moore when you look at it. You're like, oh my god, it's Mayor Tyler Moore.
That's
I
great.
hope, I hope on his way to work every day he stands in an intersection and throws a hat in the air.
Yeah, I'm sure.
He's up for re-election, by the way. So he's having a
Ah.
pancake breakfast, Mayor Tyler Moore.
Well, we should go.
Love
visit.
it.
We should all meet in Kokomo.
You should also check out
Yeah.
the Bangor Daily News if you want really inane stuff. Like Larry painted his shed blue this week. Like
I do want that. Bangor, Maine?
Bangor Daily News. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, all right, I'm on it.
yeah.
So
There's
News at
nothing
noon.
going on.
I live stream it at noons. I think I'm going to do Monday, Wednesday, Fridays on YouTube.
Yeah, we were chatting. I was like, dude, if you can do it every day, more power to you. But we couldn't. I tried it. I was, oh god.
Yeah, I mean, I could, but
Yeah.
I don't like to have something that I have to do every day.
Yeah, there's that, and then there's just not enough stuff. Like especially if you don't talk about politics. I mean,
Yeah, right. Yeah,
that's most of it.
Yeah.
What's the channel name? Mr. Fuzzy Paws wants to know your
I
channel name.
I think it's
Oh
just
yeah.
the Lucky Eights channel. I think is what it's called. I
Oh,
don't
Lucky Eight.
That's the stupidest name I've ever heard in
Thanks,
my
Christine.
life.
I
You're
was
welcome.
I was gonna call it Christine's Pop and Pussy channel, but that one was
Take
already taken.
Take it. Somebody else got that one.
You got 200,000 views and people were giving thumbs down.
Yeah, this is not what I wanted. I'm not here for this. I don't want news.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So
All
awesome,
right,
guys. Well,
guys.
thanks so much for doing this, and we'll be out for 2 weeks. But watch Lucky's thing. Actually, I should probably.
Yeah, watch the Lucky
Don't
Eights News
watch
at noon.
Lucky's thing.
I
feel
don't know
like
what I'm doing. I just
Well, I mean,
airs at the same time I do my other live stream, Lucky. So you need to reschedule yours.
wait. When is yours?
split screen.
Wednesdays around 11 a.m. my time.
We're competing
Which is
for
what?
audience.
What is
Split
that?
screen.
Like 9
Go
a.m.?
fuck yourself, Dill.
What?
Why don't
Is that the name of your
you
channel? I love it.
Yes.
Why don't you do
Maybe I'll
your
tune in.
show- Why don't you
You should.
do your show at noon?
Why don't you go fuck
because-
yourself, Lucky?
Because I
Oh
will
my
plug
God.
your show on my show to say go over and watch
This is
Christine's
ratings
show now.
war right here.
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to bleed my show into her show. I'm trying to go. And now, if you've had fun here, go over to my friend Christine's channel. She's about to do a show. She flies
It's
a
called Go
kite
Fuck
naked
Yourself, Dill.
near an airport, fucking stealing their internet.
There you go.
There
Yeah.
it
Speaking
is.
of which, one of the holdups we've got for a while we haven't moved over to Fark yet is because that channel. So it turns out it looks like nobody else wanted at Lucky Eights, which is pretty convenient. But somebody nailed at Fark like day one, and YouTube's like, oh, well, we're not really worried about copyright issues. And I'm like, well, you better be. I'm coming for you, you bastards.
Oh man,
But I'd rather find somebody I can just ask. So that's kind of where I'm at on that one.
Yeah, I have to tell you guys, without being streamed, I did a naughty. So we can end the show, and then I'll tell you about my naughty.
Oh yeah, okay, all right,
Oh my god, what a cliffhanger!
all right. Well, and on that note,
you want to know more?
Yeah, we got to get off of here
subscribe
right
to
now.
our-
Sorry, folks.
Subscribe to our Patreon for the after party.
yeah. Actually, is this a spoiler alert?
Harvard Joel.
That's
Joel.
Started is more like it.
Yeah, probably. All right, well, let's jump off, and then we'll see you. We'll be back in about 2 weeks. See y'all later.
Sorry, audience. We're gonna go.
Bye.
Listen
I'm sure this is
Phil.
well.